would say the most powerful aspect of the program for me was its focus for several weeks on cultivating our vision. Really, looking at, what will go on our gravestone, looking way out, looking at what will we say to our future self 20 years from now, 10 years from now, what do we envision, we'll be doing 5 years from now, 1 year and so forth. And so really going step by step, through a broad cultivation of our vision and then boiling it down in some way to concrete actions was quite powerful. But, the cultivation of the vision really involved both, creative thinking and visualization, as well as, what you walked us through, these visualization exercises enhanced by the sound healing that you brought in to put us in an altered state where we can really, in a very relaxed state, dig into what really matters to us and sit with that and spend time with that over the intervening week, week to week. And I think the sitting with that was so valuable to helping me craft a very, concrete and clear vision statement, which I use to this day. I've evolved it a little bit since then, but, the vision that I have, just to kind of give people a sense of the power of this work, my vision is to cultivate or to help cultivate a network of walkable, locally resilient communities where people have easy access to nature, neighborhood, and the work of their heart and the larger history of which they are a part. And I really feel great stating that vision. It's part of who I am. It's something I tap into almost every day, in the morning as I drive to work. I just feel energized by it. And so the first part, the first aspect of the program that was powerful was, spending a lot of time with visioning.
You had us work through our vision, and I had already a vision. I knew where I wanted to go, so that was not new, that part. I'd done that in many other courses before. But you worked it in a very deliberate and systematic way, like the legacy vision. Like, for example, I spent a lot of time reflecting on how I would like to be remembered, and what I would like to leave behind, and to write a letter. Actually, you had us write our eulogy, if you say it that way, right? And that was very powerful, because I was beginning to articulate all those things that I had accumulated and had kind of gathered, through the many, many courses, but had not really expressed anywhere.
The initial visioning exercises that I remember, one was that we, you lead us, because you're a sound healer, you lead us through really nice, really gentle and really rich guided meditations. And so one of the ones that you led us through was that we were to basically place ourselves at overlooking our funeral and listening to and watching the eulogies that people were saying about us, and what did all of the people share about the gifts we had given in our lives. And if you had told me beforehand that would be an exercise, I probably would have thought, okay, my mind would have probably drawn a blank. But it was pretty amazing that in the process of doing that meditation, I actually had very kind of automatic and instant visions and images of people coming up and saying really specific words. And so one of the things that really surprised me about that exercise was that I heard and saw people saying, talking about the gifts I had given, and that it wasn't just one thing. It wasn't just being a teacher. It included sharing art and healing and all of these different aspects of myself that I felt I could not all fit into one lifetime. When I actually saw people reflecting that I had touched in my, 80 or 90 or 100 years of life, I saw, wait a minute, it is possible to give all of these gifts at one time, because I heard people describing it, and that was really, really special and surprising and powerful for me, and it's stuck with me even through now.
Had I not, pursued this program, I may have been a little bit further along in moving my novel forward in creating the beginnings of a side business that might, advance this vision in the world while at the same time bringing in some income, and also I might have plugged away at trying to change my lifestyle that would be more locally based. But I really think it would have been in fits and starts. I don't think I would have had the kind of systemic approach that the program, helped me connect to energize me. And I don't think I would have had the kind of sustained motivation, which I also feel that the program helped, you and me over time. And every day I still feel it is energizing me on a daily and weekly basis.
That was like a powerful moment where I realized, hey, I've got to take this thing seriously. If I want to do this, if I want to manifest my vision, because definitely I want to, and I will, it was like, I've got to do certain steps, it is not going to happen automatically, somehow. I think many people have that. I'm not the only one, like some kind of a magic belief that when you put things on a to-do list, it will just get done because you wrote it down, and it takes a little bit more than that, So that visioning process, and then the visioning process of the 3 to 5 year goals, and the 1 year goal, and then the monthly goals was really, really helpful. And I've recently revisited my yearly goals, and I realized that, again, and you mentioned that in the course, because I'd reviewed that part in the last few days, you realized that we overestimate what we can do in the short term, but underestimate what we do in 3 to 5 years.
Understanding that it was all possible, I started looking for bridges between what I was doing now in my job and this future vision that I had. And I really hadn't even, in that state of hopelessness, I hadn't even thought to tie my current work to my vision for A, the hopeless reason, and B, I hadn't really known what my vision was. So it was like now I had these 2 points. I had where I was now, and I had where my vision was, and so I could start to weave this bridge between them. So that gave me new meaning and purpose in my work at my job, really invigorated it, and I've had a really successful year at work and fun.